Hey you guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm excited because I'm going to be sharing some new products to me. I don't know if this is new products to the makeup world, but yeah, they're new products to me and I'm just really excited to test them out because I did just get them. One of my friends actually sent me some of these products and I haven't really tried most of them, so I'm really excited to dive into it. I know like a lot of you probably will look at this and say, oh, I already tried this last year or 2 years ago. I don't know when these products came out. So they're new to me and I'm just really excited to try them. Not everything here is new. Some stuff is new, some high-end, some drugstore. So it's gonna be really fun and exciting. I'm gonna do a really fun eye look. Hopefully if it works out as what I'm hoping it do, so we will see. But if you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you could see my videos every single week. And without further ado, let's get started on this video. So for eyeshadow today, I did get this new palette that I'm really excited to try. This is a naked palette actually called Ultraviolet. So this is what it looks like. I mean, it's super beautiful and I love the actual packaging of it. The colors in here, you guys, are no joke. These are absolutely beautiful. You have your dark tones and then you have more of your neutral tones. And you do have a few shimmers in here, which will be really fun to play with. I'm not really sure what kind of look I'm going for. I think I'm gonna be a little dramatic today and do something that's kind of out of my comfort zone. So I think I'm gonna work with these purpley shades instead of leaning more towards neutral. That's what I usually lean towards more. So I think I'm gonna stick with the actual purples today. So this is gonna be really fun and exciting. I used to live off these naked palettes. I think I had 1, 2, and 3. I think that's what they were called, like naked 1, 2, and 3. I lived off them, especially in college. They're just super easy to travel with. They come with so many different colors. But like back then when thinking about how I did my makeup, I'm not really sure if I like had an actual technique or a routine on how I did makeup. But now I think it's gonna be really fun playing with these. And all the naked palettes do come with the brush, which is nice. They have two sides. One is really great for the crease, it looks like, and one is really good for like your inner corner highlight or just to really dig something in on your lower lash line. So I'm gonna attempt to use this brush as well as the other brushes I have as well. And yeah, so I think the first shade I'm gonna go into is use the shade called Optimized right here. And again, it does come with a mirror, but this green also in here, guys, like the Lucid color, this one's calling my name too. So maybe I'll get to play with that a little. So I'm just gonna pack this right in the crease. It's a very light wash of color, but we could make this work. I'm sure it's very buildable here. I just put them on both of the creases of the eyes. So again, I'm not sure if this is a new palette. It may not be, but it's new to me. So I really wanted to test it out and see. So now I'm gonna go into this color right here, Warning, and just pack this in the rest of the eyelid. So this color looks really light on my brush. It's not seeming like to pick up a lot. So let's just see. I'm gonna put this more towards the outer corner of my eye. So I know purples are usually very hard to work with. I just know that from watching other YouTubers talk about it and from personal experience, purples are just really hard to blend out. So let's see, but I really wanted to go in with the purple here today because I normally never do purple on my eyes. So it's looking pretty on both eyes. I'm just trying to figure out what I could also enhance the crease with. So I think this shade right here, Euphoric, looks really pretty. Let me show you guys what it looks like on my finger. So that's a really, really pretty, like, purpley blue, I want to say. And it kind of looks very, like, duochrome. So I'm going to actually pack this again on the crease to give it a little bit more of a definition and see if it picks up more on my brush than it did on my finger. I really do love duochrome shades. I think they look really interesting on the eye, but I never really put them on the actual crease, so this should be interesting. That's looking really pretty as the duochrome shade. I just definitely need to keep blending it in. So far, I think this is looking really, really beautiful. It's not the most pigmented palette that I've ever tried. It's definitely buildable. You could really build the actual eyeshadow up into something very beautiful. So I think for the kind of the inner corner of the eyelid, I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. This is in Trippin'. I'm just gonna pack this in the inner corner of my eyelid. So this specific shade is actually working really nicely in the inner corner just because it really blends it all together and makes it look so pretty. I'm really happy I did that. So I'm just blending them both out to kind of mesh together so it looks like one. And you guys see what I did there? It's kind of like an ombre look. But I think so far my favorite shade is the Euphoric shade right here, like that duochrome shade. That's just so beautiful. I'm definitely gonna pack that more into the crease later on. Just dipping back into the Optimized shade here and just kind of blending the two shades, the lighter shade in the inner corner. I'm just kind of blending that in together. I'm moving it towards the crease, but more closer to the inner corner eyelid. I'm just doing the same thing on the other side so we don't lose that purple tone in the eyes. Wow, this is actually looking so much better than I thought. I thought it was gonna be like super purple and intimidating to actually do, but this is actually really beautiful, just super, super seamless to work with. And yeah, so now we're gonna go into the shimmer here. So I'm gonna go in right here to the Cyberpunk shade. I'm just gonna use my finger, I think. So I'm just gonna take my pointer finger. Ooh, that's beautiful, look at that. So I think I'm just gonna take my finger and kind of pack it in towards the middle, I think, because I don't want to take away from that lighter shade. Just gonna pack that in, put a little bit more on. Maybe if I spray my brush, it might be better. If I can't find my brush to use, I'm just gonna spray my finger. I know it sounds weird, but people do this a lot. So I have my brush and my brush. I have my setting spray right here. I'm just gonna spray it very lightly like this. And see what happens with that. So yeah, it's picking up a little bit more as like a dramatic tone. I know purple that isn't very fallish, but you know, I really wanted to test out this specific palette and just have fun with it. Ooh, that's really pretty when you spray it, guys, on your finger. That does all the difference. I recommend putting your finger or brush in the actual powder first and then spraying your brush or finger. I find that when you spray it before, it ruins the actual integrity of the eyeshadow. So again, just going in with the crease brush and just making sure everything is blended out seamlessly so that I can finish off the eyes using that euphoric tone again in the crease because we lost that a little bit. Just blending that all out. So again, I'm gonna go back into the euphoric shade right here and blend that in the crease because I don't want to get rid of that because that's just gorgeous coloring. I did want to try this green Lucid shade, but I don't want to ruin the eyes. I think they look really pretty, just like a nice purpley tone with this. I'm definitely gonna have to come back to this palette and play with it again, but so far I really enjoyed it. I mean, not my favorite palette, it's not life-changing or anything in that source, but Naked does make really great palettes. I really do like them. They come with a ton of different shades and a ton of different color stories actually between all the Naked palettes. So let's just leave it at that. I love the purple tones. I'm definitely gonna have to try this palette again, but for now, let's keep it as is and let's finish the eyes. So I already curled the lashes and I did my eyebrows, but for mascara today, I did just get this new one from Pat McGrath Labs. So this is the Dark Star Mascara. I love the gold packaging of it. So supposedly it has instant volume. It is a stretch effect length with anti-gravity lift. And it does, I think, yeah, just a volumizing mascara. I have tried this once before and I really do love it. It is super volumizing and it does really separate my lashes. This is what the wand looks like. So this type of wand is perfect for volumizing. So let's just pack this on my eyelids, my mascara. What's wrong with me today? And you just see that instant volume. And I really don't have great eyelashes. If you guys have been watching my channel, you know. But I'm also gonna put on falsies today. I know Pat McGrath is very expensive, high-end makeup brand, but this mascara is actually so good. It volumizes and just lengthens my lashes. There is no clumping in here. It just does such a nice job separating and just volumizing the actual lash. Of course, I am putting on falsies. This is one side with the fake lashes, and then this is my regular eyelash. So as you can tell, they do volumize, and I would wear this normally by itself, but since I felt like we were doing a very dramatic look today, I felt like it was only appropriate to put on the fake lashes. All right, so now that mascara is done, I did throw on both of my false lashes. I did just get the Kiss Flirty lashes. I clearly love these so much. They are from like CVS or any drugstore, and I put them on with my Kiss Strip Lash Adhesive Glue. Love these. I usually just cut my lashes in half and then just put them on because usually lashes are just like too big for my face. I don't really have big eyes, so sometimes it just looks really funny. So the next thing I'm going to do is actually tightline my waterline and use the Essence Extreme Lasting Eye Pencil. This is actually waterproof. And I think this is in the shade Very Black. Oh, Black Love. So this is really great. I hear great things about this specific eyeliner. It's super black. Let's just put it on my hand so you can see. Ooh, that is so creamy, guys. Like, wow. And now the eyes are nice and snatched. Good to go. Let's go on to the complexion. So again, I don't know if this is a new product in the makeup world, but it's a new product to me. This is the Mercier Foundation Primer, and it is the Radiance Wand. I know it says in the back that it is a lightweight, water-based gel that creates the perfect canvas for makeup application and provides a sheer, healthy glow to the skin. So I love a radiant glow. I think it's super beautiful, and it makes your skin just look so natural and just very healthy. So I'm just gonna put this over the skin, but I just wanna show you guys the consistency of it first. So it does look like it has a little bit of a tint. And then when you rub it in, let's see. All right, so let's test it on the face and just take it from the back of my hand. So I don't see any glitter with this so far. It could just be from me dipping my hands into the actual eyeshadow palette. So I'm just focusing this on the high points of the face and just my forehead area. I'm gonna use a little bit more. So I'm just trying to see, there's no actual glitter, but it does have a little bit of a sheen for, I guess, the radiance of it. Okay, so you see, it gives my skin a nice, healthy glow. But let's see if the makeup sticks to it, and let's see if the claims are legit, because this is the first time I'm using this, so I'm excited to test this out. I'm just patting it in so that it really seeps into the skin. So I'm gonna be using actually the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear. I am in the shade 425. So this does have SPF 25 in it, which I really do appreciate when foundations do have that. But of course I am wearing extra SPF underneath the makeup as well. And then I did get this sponge from e.l.f. It did come for free. I just wetted it, which is why it's like, looks like a funny shape and stuff. But this looks really good. I think I'm gonna use this side for the foundation, and then this would be really good with the concealer, even though I do love my handy dandy camo sponge. So I think I'm gonna test this out today and see, but I'm just gonna shake this up a little bit. So let's try out the sponge. So you guys know I normally love that Haley's Beauty brush, but it's really dirty. So I felt like I needed to switch it up and then clean my brushes after I make this video because they're just so dirty. So I'm gonna put a little bit more on. Doesn't seem like it wants to stick to the face. Let's see if I just put a little bit more on. So it's giving me good coverage. I've had tried this before, but I don't know if it's the actual primer that's underneath it that it's just not giving as much coverage as it normally would, because my nose is still so red. And usually with foundation, that redness really goes away. Do you guys see that my nose is still pretty red? Everywhere else looks pretty covered nicely. My forehead looks pretty good. Just like the cheek and the nose area. It's throwing me off a little bit. I haven't applied foundation with just a sponge in such a long time, so maybe I'm just not used to it. But I definitely like a brush application better than a sponge at this point. I mean, listen, it does give good coverage. I just don't think I love this specific foundation either. So again, this is like the third time I'm trying this out. So I don't know, I just never really fall in love with the actual finish of my face following it, because I know e.l.f. makes really great sponges. So I'd be shocked if it can't be the sponge, but maybe it's the primer with the actual foundation. I don't know, it's just like not gripping onto certain areas of my face, and that normally doesn't really happen. Do you guys see how I have some spots that are open? So we will have to just see what happens throughout the rest of the video if it does slip and slide on my face. So I was only going to use a color corrector today, but I might need to use a concealer following this foundation error or whatever. So I didn't get to use this in my last video, so I wanted to try it for you guys again in this video. So I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury color corrector in the shade 2 Medium. So this is what the packaging actually looks like. It's super cute and tiny. So I usually just use my fingers like so. And I just like pack it on my under eyes, like where I have my blueness and where you normally would put foundation. And I just like tap it in like so into the problematic areas that concealer really can't cover up. So I usually get a lot of blueness toward my inner corner of my eye. So I just usually blend it in there, and then I'll just bring the rest of the product out so it's all nice and even. And this does a really nice job that normally I don't need a concealer with it. So let's just try it out with the rest of the face. And then I'm gonna take my sponge that has the rest of the foundation on it and just blend that in and see what that does. See, that does such a difference already. So on the other side, and just blend that in with the foundation. So already I'm noticing such a difference just from the color corrector. So again, I just put it on problematic areas. I like to kind of hide. And yeah, so that's looking pretty good. Yeah, I'm not gonna use a concealer today. I don't find that I need one because I feel like this really does a nice job covering up the areas, and my skin is looking pretty good today. So I'm not really going for that. I'm just cleaning up here. So nothing against the actual primer and foundation. I just don't think maybe together they work that well together. I mean, this, I hear great things about it. I'm gonna have to try this again with a different foundation. This I've had mixed feelings of. I've never like so in love with it. I like it, it's fine, but it's not like my go-to foundation that I love. People do love it and it is good, but I'm just not sure why it doesn't sit well on my face. So we'll have to keep testing it and seeing, but definitely gotta continue using this because first of all, it's a huge bottle and I definitely wanna go through it. And I do like a radiant glow, and I think this would be really pretty maybe on underneath some foundations. So the next product I have not touched in a minute. This is the e.l.f. Contour Palette, guys. I love it. It comes with 4 different types of shades. You have a highlight, then a light bronzer, medium, and deep shade. And I mean, I think they come in 2 different shades, which is great because obviously this is not gonna work for every skin tone. So I usually mix these 2 together, more on this side than this. But let's see, it's been so long. So I'm just gonna pack this on the brush and just tap that in. And that's just like really nice. But I don't know why, it always picks up so much darker on camera. So of course we will blend this out and see. A lot of kickback in the pen, as you can see already. So let's just keep blending it out and seeing what we can do. Again, this is a contour palette, so this really isn't bronzer, but I'm just using this today to bronze the face because I don't have a new bronzer, and I wanted to test this one out again because it's been so long. So I'm just taking this damp sponge to make sure there are no lines and that everything is nice and even. And of course, I'm gonna powder the face later on. So a friend actually also sent me this NUDESTIX and NUDIES Matte cream blush. So this is in Beach Babe, and this color looks stunning for the fall. So let's just put this on my hand so you can see. So that's what it looks like on my hand. It looks absolutely beautiful. I'll bring you up a little closer. It's like a nice deeper mauve pink. So I'm just gonna take my e.l.f. Complexion Duo brush again and just, actually I'm gonna use the other side of my sponge because I'm scared this foundation will pick up if I use a brush. So let's just pack this on the clean side of the actual sponge and just pat it in nicely. Ooh, that is pretty. I actually could take it from the back of my hand too, so I don't waste the product. Who wants to waste expensive products? Because I know I don't. Ooh, that is pretty. Do you guys see that? So using a sponge, I find for a cream blush or any cream product is really your best bet in order to make sure all the product is rubbed in nicely and blended out. That's just my personal opinion. I sometimes do like to use a brush, but then I always go back in with my sponge to make sure it's all blended out. So sometimes using a sponge is just easier. So this is definitely a very, very buildable cream product. You guys, that is beautiful. I'm so obsessed with that tone. Oh my God, it's just too good and too beautiful. I'm just making sure we're all blended because the camera seems to be not making me look so blended, but in my mirror, it looks pretty good. But we'll leave it at that. Okay, so I'm just gonna put on powder blush because this is new. It doesn't really match with the actual tone of the cream blush I just used, but I haven't really been putting this up on my channel a lot, but I wanted to test it out. So this is the Essence Mosaic Blush. I did get this at Harmon's or CVS. So this is in the shade The Very Connection. The packaging is cheap, but it is Essence, and this was like $3, so I can't complain, but I love the actual tones in here. It does come in a few different colors as well. So I just like to put my brush in there and just pat away because, you know, this girl loves her blush. Doing the other side. And it actually looks really good with this purple, I find. It's like not too in your face because you don't want to take away from the purple eyes. Looks really pretty. So yeah, I mean, I love this. And I just haven't been really displaying it on my channel, but it is a very, very beautiful blush. So this product I am so excited to try because I've only heard great things. This is the Revlon SKINLIGHTS Highlight. This is in the shade Daybreak Glimmer. Guys, this is beautiful. I'm going to find the dupe for this for the high-end, but pretty sure it's already out there, but I need to see if I have anything in my collection that's similar. Just look at that highlight. Let's hop back into the Naked palette, and I'm going to go in with the Euphoric shade for the under eyelid. Just gonna pack a lot of that on and bring it upward. So I'm gonna bring this towards the outer corner of the eyelid. And I'm gonna go into this tone right here. It's the Purple Dust tone. It does have a shimmer, so let's see how this plays out. So I'm gonna bring this towards the inner part of the eye. Just finished the lower lash line. That looks so pretty. I'm so happy I did the purples. All right, so I'm just gonna darken out the eyes a little bit and just use this Essence pencil again and just go over the waterline situation here. I did want to test out the actual pencil. Wow. That is buttery. That went on in 2 seconds. That looks so good, guys. I love this new eyeshadow. And I love this new pencil. I mean, this is like, I don't even know, like, it was Essence, so I'm assuming $3 to $4. I love this one so far. It's so good. I just finished coating the lower lash with that Pat McGrath mascara. 10 out of 10. I absolutely love this. So now let's line the lips. So I wanted to try again something that I haven't tested in a long time. So I wanted to try the NYX Matte Lip Liner in the shade London. So let's line these babies. Overlining the lip. I felt like a neutral tone would be perfect for a color like this. And the NYX formula, guys, is so good. Like, it's so creamy and just does all the wonders for your lips, especially this color. Oof. So I'm just lining the actual lip on the outside. And lastly, I'm going to be using the Lawless lipstick in the shade Wedding Day. Ooh. I mean, I have tried this before, but I really have not tried it in a long time, and I felt like this new would be perfect. So I'm just lining the middle part of the lip. And I'm going to take my finger and just pat that in. And today I didn't want to use a gloss because I just felt like the shininess and the shimmerness, is that even a word, would take away, like the shine would take away from my actual eyes. So I didn't want to do that, but this Lawless lipstick come together with the NYX London lip liner is just such a great match. I absolutely love it. And it just goes to show like drugstore and high-end, you could totally work together and it would be perfect. For setting spray, it's gonna be using the NYX Bear With Me setting spray. You guys know I love this, so let's just spray it. I love that one. It's just so amazing. So you guys, this is the final look of today's first impressions of new makeup that is new to me. It may not be new to you guys, but I enjoyed it so much. For the most part, I liked a lot of these products. I do have to try that primer again with a different foundation. That foundation is just, I don't know, it's hit or miss for me. I probably could try it 1 or 2 times before I kind of move away from it in my collection because I'm just not the biggest fan. Everything else, I love that e.l.f. contour palette, the Essence liner, that Naked palette was to die for. I was so intimidated by all those colors, but it actually looks so good together, guys. Like, I'm actually obsessed with the purple tones. I love it so much. Everything else I loved, especially that Pat McGrath mascara, guys. Like, that is game changer for me. So, I mean, yeah, if you guys want me to test any new products that you guys find interesting or things that you want me to try, let me know down below. I would love to do anything for you guys because that is what I'm here for. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can see my videos every single week. And I will see you guys here next time.